We are saying congratulations today to an 18-year-old young lady called Katie Clark. Now, yesterday, she was presented with an award after she put her first aid skills into practice during a medical emergency. She received her Young First Aider of the Year award following a paintballing trip with friends, during which a 40-year-old man dislocated his ankle. She was commended for her heroism, strong first aid skills and selfless dedication. So, does she make you feel that you really should have better first aid skills? And do you think that you'd be a good first aider? I imagine you'd be brilliant, Linda Bellingham.
Every time I ever hear a story about first aid, I rush home and think, right, I'm going to ring now, I'm going to learn it, because I'd be useless. I am useless. And my son came home the other day, because he's been doing it at the hotel, and so we were all lying about, you know, because I could never remember which arm goes up for the recovery position. And then you think, well, I better not move them, or they might have a nosebleed, in which case it'd be quite nice to move them and give them a tissue. Hands up, I think it's brilliant, this girl. I mean, well done her. I really, really, really am useless.
I bet you'd be quite...
I have no skills whatsoever, but I have got an honorary doctorate, so I'm allowed to call myself Dr. Jenny Eclair. Yes! But because of my Googling and I am a terrible hypochondriac, so I do know... I'm very good at diagnosing things that I know nothing about, really, but I've read about on the internet. But I would like to be able to save somebody's life at some point, and I was once in the position where I could have saved someone's life, and my partner was choking. And I thought, Heimlich manoeuvre, must be able to give him the Heimlich manoeuvre. Unfortunately, he's too fat. Because you've got to get your hands around them and ooh, like that. But I couldn't. I was behind him, and I could only get to just about there. And I had to call some blokes in off the street, too big, and they had to do one either side.
Maybe
it was like
a different
double
technique for larger people, because Steve is... I've never thought about this before. He's quite... I probably couldn't fit round, and maybe there's a different... Maybe you just have to thump him in the back
one
instead.
round the front and one round the back.
You need a towel or a band.
If you got round, and you think, oh, OK, and then you couldn't get him off the ground anyway.
But the other time when somebody saved somebody's life, it was going back to the school run, you know, and I used to share the school run with somebody who was a dreadful driver, and they were late back. God, that awful thing when your children are late back from school and someone else is driving. Absolutely ghastly. And Phoebe got in, and she was very young, and one of the children in the back seat had one of those lollies, you know, the round lollies? You should never give children those, not until they're 25. And the top had come off, and it had gone down his throat, right, busy road. The lady driver had stopped, got the child out, blue in the face. The child was blue by this point, blue in the face. All the children crying, what to do. A motorcyclist on a great big Harley-Davidson roared up, stopped, never took his helmet off, never did it, just picked the child up, whack, like that, the lolly went, whoo, like that. And then pink-faced again, he just got back on his bike and roared off.
Like a knight in shining leather. Oh, I like that. But, I mean, I must admit, I've had a kind of similar thing with Finney, but he didn't choke on a lolly, he put a pea up his nose when he was probably only about 15, 18 months or something like that. And I remember it was about bedtime, and I must have been tidying away or whatever, and he just put this thing up his nose. And the parent part of me went, ah, pea up the nose. And the other part of me went, I really don't want to go to A&E at 7 o'clock because it's just going to be quite long and painful. So I thought, well, I'll try and get it out myself. So I kind of put him upside down on my lap, and I had a pair of tweezers. I go, keep still, and of course he was going like this, and of course I pushed it in a little bit further. So then I was thinking, right, well, OK, you're pushing it in, you need to make it come out. So I made him sneeze. I can't remember what I did, if I got pepper or did something, but anyway, I made him sneeze and pee everywhere. And we both went, hey!
What do you do?
I'm a brilliant first aider.
Because kids are fascinated with all their orifices, because they're trying to work out what they're for, aren't they?
Yes.
And my daughter poked a bead in her ear. And
right.
she was 7 at the time, and she thought she was too grown up to have done something quite so silly, so she pushed it further in for about 5 hours.
Oh,
she was trying to get rid of it. So we ended up at A&E, which is the best place.
You can't sneeze out your ear either.
Not really. I mean, I did try and squeeze her head a bit, but it didn't really work. Because I must say, I can do CPR because you know that thing where you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You go on someone's chest like that, and then you cover their mouth and you take it off. And, no, then you go. Oh, maybe I can't do it.
No. And can I just say as well, if you think you know how to do something like that, don't have a go.
Don't
try
dabble.
and get someone who actually.
Well, we did it
knows
on
what
the
they're
live
doing.
episode of The Bill. I saved Todd Carty's life, actually, live on air with pretend CPR.
Oh, right.
But if you don't know what you do, I wish someone had said to me.
Pretend.
It is pretend, yes, exactly. Is there an actor in the house? I tried to help a child once on holiday when we were in Cornwall. We took Beau's little friend with us, and she has eczema, this little friend. But she didn't mention that there was any problem with her going in the sea. So she went into the sea, and we were all... Isn't it amazing? It was a really sunny day, and then suddenly there was this ear-piercing shriek as this child ran out of the sea. The salt water was really hurting her skin. And we just had a little picnic bag with us with no first aid kit, and I said to Paul, it's all right, don't worry. I'll get it off her, I'll just rinse it off, I'll rinse it off. And he went, all right, OK, you deal with it. I got a bottle of lemonade, chucked it.
And then rolled her in the sand.
Well, no. She rolled in the sand in more pain.
So because the expression ignorance is not bliss.
No,
Please do make sure you know what
we could all
you're
take
doing.
a leaf out of that young lady's book and learn
Unless,
to do
of course,
our first aid.
my sister, like my sister, you swallow a hair slide, in which case you'll go to the toilet and wait for a couple of hours.
Actually, you don't all have to go, just her.
Well, we did. We were very keen to know what was going to happen.
Right, it is.